Well, it very much looks like Liverpool are going to win the title, but in the process, they can actually break 6 major records. Shaka, Hislop with me now. I'm just going to list through them so you can hear them, Shaka, and then I want you to tell me which is the most impressive, all right? The all-time Premier League's record points. The highest points tally of any team in the history of Europe's top 5 leagues. The first ever perfect home record in Premier League history. The most away wins in a Premier League season, the most games to spare after winning the title, and the biggest title winning margin. Which of those is the most impressive for Jurgen Klopp's men if they were to do it?
Well, I'll go for a joint first in most Premier League points ever and highest tally in Europe's major 5 leagues. Because you are judged by on the long haul over 38 games in this season, and how consistent you have been. I'm also mindful of the fact that the biggest points gap between them and second place is a huge accomplishment, especially when you consider who's currently sitting in second. Manchester City, and not just any Manchester City, a City who amassed 98 points last season, who amassed 100 points this season before that. And now all of a sudden there's a record points gap between you and them. Added to that, as I mentioned, highest ever in the Premier League, highest in Europe's big 5 leagues. That is an incredible accomplishment regardless. All that with the backdrop of this being Liverpool's first title in 30 odd years, that is simply monumental on so many levels.
Will it dilute it in any way, what's happened with the stop in play if they are to win it?
No. Listen, I've heard people say that this is the season, we'll always have an asterisk up against it. But especially given what has happened, especially given those tallies that you just mentioned, Kate, that asterisk will be a very small asterisk. Listen, if for argument's sake, let's say Liverpool were 3 points behind Manchester City coming into this break, and all of a sudden, coming off the break, they were the team in better form and leapfrogged over City and won the title, then I could understand that people were, if the season continued and ran all as one, City were in better form and they would have won it. But no, given what we've seen from Liverpool all season long, they've been consistently better than everybody else in the league. Right now, it's just about finishing off what we started or what they started. This is not about any kind of a decision. This is about records. That's all it is. Down the other end of the table, and in terms of finishing top 4, there's more of a discussion to be had around that. But if we're talking titles and we're talking Liverpool and records, it's done. I don't think people take notice of that asterisk.
Now, obviously, they can afford a few more losses and still make that points total. As you mentioned, it's the total of Manchester City the season before, 100 points in the 17-18 season. Liverpool winning out can make it 109 points. And they could afford a few losses and a few slip-ups before this break in play as well, Shaka. But do you think it's actually done them good to have this break and now be able to reset for this final run?
No, when you're in good form, you want to keep playing, and we don't want to break, enforced or otherwise. You would prefer just to keep playing. This break can prove a little bit of a leveler, and we wait to see how every single team, not just Liverpool, comes out of it. But no, short answer to that question, Kay. When you're playing and you're playing well, you're looking forward to going out on the field every weekend or midweek or whatever it may be. You got a little bit of a gut punch in terms of getting knocked out of the Champions League, and that maybe shook them up more than anything else. But again, you would have preferred just to see this out and celebrate as you deserve, as you've earned.
Yeah, so it's set to be a memorable season in more ways than one for Liverpool.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.